Today, we're going to use the Balatro multiplayer mod to showcase how much worse of a player I am compared to Dr. Spectre. And by that, I mean, we're not only going to go up against each other head to head, but he's going to teach me a lot in this video. If you're someone who wants to learn how to get better at Balatro, this is the perfect video for you. Red deck, white stake. Good for both decks, or good for both of us?
Okay, yeah. Okay. All right, before you start the first round, there's an investment tag.
Yes. So...
okay, do you take it?
This is a great question. It's actually funny you bring this up because when I was watching Rothel's perspective against your game, I think it was the very first decision he was thinking about skipping for this. Maybe the second.
Yeah, it took him like a while to decide because you can see your enemy location, you can see where they're at, and I think I was in ante 2 by the time he played the first blind.
See that, you know, that is actually insane to think about because for a lot of people it'd be like almost an instant decision, but it's really interesting that he thought so much about it. Me personally, after playing this game enough, I really like skipping, but I think I like skipping even more in higher stakes than I do in lower stakes. I think you can get away with a lot more in lower stakes. I think having that instant like economy is very, very nice. Would you skip?
Okay. So your idea is on higher stakes, I get less value from round to round. You know, I don't have as many value generators in my deck. I don't have as many value generating jokers. And so if I skip, I'm missing out on less for whatever the potential benefit is.
Yeah, I think like this is maybe just from my experience alone, but I do think that in gold take especially, like it's harder to build that econ up where like I'd rather have the immediate investment and start building the econ from there.
Okay. So like investment tag in particular is like on higher stakes harder to get money specifically, and so let's take the money because it's going to be hard for me to get it from somewhere else.
Yes.
And then another let's see here, the economy tag doubles your money up to $40. So if you have $40, you get $40, and that could be something that maybe you don't take early, but you take later. Could be. Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. The only one, I mean, when I first started playing this game, I would skip a lot more for like negative jokers. But the only one I usually skip for now, unless it's like very specific circumstances, is the investment tag. That's the only one I'm willing to skip for. It have to be something very specific. So in general, like this is the one. I don't know how often you do the double tag one. You get double the money.
Investment tag, I take in ante 1 every time. I take in ante 2 on gold stake most of the time, but never on white stake. Usually I have the ball rolling by then on white stake. The economy tag, I'll take it in ante 3, but not later than ante 3. I think usually the $40 is not worth enough to me in ante 4.
Yeah, you'd rather see the shop. No, I get you for sure.
The later you go, the more value each individual round is worth if you have like more technology. And when you skip, then the whole game is one round shorter, right? You're one round closer to the end. And so the value of taking the early investment tag or some other kind of money in the early game is that money generates interest and compounding interest, and that's good in the beginning to get a head start. Okay, so I took the investment tag, and maybe you take it also.
I took it. I was taking it about it, and then obviously we're doing the big blind because I'm not skipping for the voucher tag. Here's a question for you, actually. No, there's no way. I was gonna say, what if it was voucher tag into big blind, and then you start off with 50 the next round?
Voucher tag? What do you mean voucher tag?
Oh, not the voucher tag. The
double tag?
The double tag. Yeah. Sorry, my apologies. You start with
double
50.
Tag. In multiplayer, I would do it because if you lose to the boss, you lose a life, but then losing a life also gives you $5. So you go into the first, you go into ante 2 with $55-$60, probably worth it.
Okay. I was just curious. Okay.
All right, I'm good to go with the second shop. The big blind was not very interesting.
Okay, I agree.
Pretty straightforward.
We know that we're getting 25 gold post, so I don't know how much you feel about keeping your money, but I think I probably open the buffoon pack here. I mean, honestly, like the gluttonous joker is actually really good. I probably might buy that. It's 50 chips.
Gluttonous joker is very good. I like gluttonous joker here because it's foil. I think chips are rare to come by, and if you have any amount of chips going into the first PvP, then you almost always get the first life.
Okay, so in PvP specifically, chips.
In PvP specifically, I like having chips. I think there's a lot of different ways to get molt. So if I don't get molt here, I can get molt in the future in the next 2 shops. But chips are rare, and so maybe that's why I want to take the chips here.
Okay, what's your thoughts on opening the buffoon pack, seeing what's inside, take a joker, sell, and then if it's not worth it, get the gluttonous?
So if I'm opening the buffoon pack, then I'm deciding basically I'm not taking the gluttonous joker. which is fine, but that's like the decision that you're making. So would I rather have a chance of a random joker or take like the guaranteed foil here? But if I take the glutinous joker, then also I can't take Chaos the Clown. Chaos the Clown doesn't give you money directly, but it does give you value in forms of like free rerolls. So I would probably take the clown first to get the free reroll, and that gives me more information before I open the buffoon pack. So here are the choices between either I take gluttonous joker as a foil, or I take clown plus buffoon pack, or clown plus reroll into a different joker.
What an interesting decision. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I would probably never take the clown here, but I understand your reasoning for it, especially because our like last one you were talking how much you like this joker. Oh my god. Okay, so you're gonna go with the clown roll buffoon pack.
That's what I would do. If you want, we can do different paths here. So like you could take the foil and then I can take the clown and we can see what happens.
I kind of like that more because if I'm just mimicking you, I feel like it's not as interesting.
We could do it the opposite. You could try it my way, clown plus buffoon pack, and then I can take the gluttonous joker, which I wouldn't do, and then I can tell you how it would play out, and then you can watch the footage later and see how it would play out.
Okay. Okay. All right, I'll take the clown then. I'll see how it goes.
Okay, so if you take the clown, you reroll first and then open the buffoon pack before making any decisions.
Right. Yeah. Seance is not good enough. Wheel of Fortune's not good enough, so then I would open the pack. Okay. Listen, I'm not going to be results oriented, but that was probably the correct decision.
Okay.
Okay, so you took the gluttonous?
If you get a free reroll every reroll for the next 3 shops, you get to see twice as many jokers, and you get to your pick of the best.
Right. No, I agree. I agree with that. No, I think the pack had a hanging Chad that was foiled.
That's kind of sick.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. All right, I'm on first shot or after the boss.
Were you able to get the one shot?
No, I did too, but I think to be honest with you, I probably should have gone for the one because I could have. But it's okay. We made $25, so it's fine.
My shop has the clown, but since you have the clown, you will see something different in the first slot.
Yeah, I have Riffraff, and then the other card you have is gift card.
Dang, Riffraff is sick.
So Riffraff, I really like Riffraff, but the thing is we have $34. So is Riffraff worth it if I could roll down for a different joker? I guess not, because it's also just like an econ joker, right? I could just buy it and then reroll and see what else I got.
You can buy it and reroll.
Yeah.
And whatever the Riffraff gives you, you can sell. As
Exactly.
long as you don't have to have full slots empty for the Riffraff. As long as you have just one slot, that's still plus $2 every round.
All right, I'm gonna buy. Yeah, I'll probably buy it.
I think the gift card is probably the 3rd best econ joker in the game.
Okay, I already rerolled it, so it's gone.
Okay, well I'm gonna take it then, and then I'll show you what it feels like.
Could have said that just a little faster.
So number 1, I think, is Midas Mask, because you just make a bunch of gold cards and then you sell the Midas Mask and you get your Joker slot back, which is kind of insane. Number 2 for me is Trading Card. I think it's doesn't give you as much money immediately as the Midas Mask, but the long-term value of removing cards from your deck is incredibly powerful. I do like Trading Card a lot. Gift Card is kind of like the egg, where you can hold on to it for a while and then start ripping like $30-$40 temperances, except Gift Card you can sell it after you've held on to it for a while, and you retain the sell value forever. Yeah. No, it makes a lot of sense. What's your take on Certificate, by the way? I think it's not without its risk. I think seals are particularly important in multiplayer, and so I would probably take the Certificate in a multiplayer context. I'm not sure how long is appropriate to hold on to it, but I would definitely take it and then see what happens from there. If I'm playing Gold Stake, I hold on to Certificate until the entire end of the run. I hold it the whole time. All right, I'll buy it because it's also foil, I guess. So I've never personally taken this one because I've just never been like a huge. I don't value seals enough, I think, for taking a Joker slot, but maybe that's just my lack of experience, right? Think about this. If you get a red seal, that gives you a retrigger on one card, and you can copy it with death. It takes a long time to get there, but in theory, that's something that you can do. You can eventually copy it a bunch of times. And when you do that, and you get the retriggers on 5 cards, that's an extra Joker. That's an extra Sock and Buskin, or Hack, or Dusk, or whatever. And so, imagine Certificate gives you a negative Sock and Buskin, or Certificate gives you a negative Hack. Like, that's probably worth 1 in 4 chance you get a negative Dusk. Probably worth it.
Okay, so the randomness is like usually always varies towards something positive. Basically the way to think about it.
Yeah. Since you took the certificate, I'm not going to take the certificate. I'm going to take Shoot the Moon. Shoot the Moon is maybe better on the red deck where you have an extra discard. You can dig for your queens. Shoot the Moon is kind of weak if you don't have a chips joker, because you get a bunch of molt, but if you're just playing high card, then nothing times 10 is still nothing, right?
Are you gonna? Okay, I'm gonna keep the 20 for interest, and then I'm going to the next thing. I don't think I'm gonna open the Arcana pack.
So you got the riffraff, so you probably want to leave your slots open for that. I didn't get the riffraff because I had the clown in the shop instead. It wasn't offered to me, so I am gonna open the buffoon pack, and I can get extra gift card value from having an extra joker. Okay. Interesting. I got the trading card.
What the? Okay.
Now you lose.
Oh no, it's over.
Was Shoot the Moon there? Easy one shot for me. What'd you get from the riffraff?
I ended up getting delayed gratification, which gave me actually quite a bit of money because I didn't have to use any discards because I just did the full house. I think you probably had a full house too. I could be wrong.
That's pretty sick.
So we're in a good spot. What's your thoughts on? Okay, I think throwback is just objectively just not a great joker. You'd have to be skipping quite a bit.
I think there are situations where you can make it work. There are situations on higher stakes where it's like, oh, I realized I actually did skip already for other reasons, and then you see throwback in ante 7, you're like, you know what? Times 1.5, that's good enough.
Really? Okay.
I mean, times 1.5, that's good enough.
Okay, so then I'm gonna roll.
Yeah, we get a free one.
And then I'm gonna take Arcana pack after, depending on what I got.
I've got $26. When I open Arcana, you go down to 20. How are you doing on money?
I have 38, so when I bought, I go to 32.
Oh, you got way more money.
I'm rich.
I had to spend more because I got the gift card and I also got the buffoon pack.
Okay.
So you've got a huge start on econ.
Yeah.
Me.
All right, let me think of this tarot card option.
We should have the same.
You have the same. I'm actually genuinely curious. You have the same cards as me as well. Is it Queen or Ace Queen 988732?
I don't have the queen because I use the trading card to remove a card, so it's slightly different. But it's mostly the same. But it's a little bit awkward here because if I did have the queen, I would use the devil to make a gold queen since I would shoot the moon. But I didn't get the queen on the draw here. I see. Oh yeah, I forgot the trading card. So the only two I'm really thinking about here, unless I want to go for, wild card's probably not good enough. I could go for star for diamond for flushes if I think that's good enough, or I go devil. Those are my two options, I think, for the most part. I don't mind strength either. But I think in multiplayer, you probably want to go for bigger hands rather than 2 pair if you can. You can have a short-term plan and then switch it up after 3 antes or something like that. And so as a short-term thing, as long as you have the jokers that support it and like generically give you molt and chips and stuff like that, you can play things like 2 pair and not have to worry about playing bigger hands. I guess it's fair. I don't have any, well, currently I don't have any molt jokers. They're just giving me chips, so that's a bit concerning when I think about like going 1v1. It's not like I really need the econ though for delayed gratification, so I don't actually think that strength isn't horrible here. That's because there's the 2 8s. I can just make them 9s. I have shoot the moon. I'm going to be using my discards to find my queens anyway, and the hand that I'm going to be playing is high card, which means I can discard to find both queens and gold cards. So for me, taking the gold on a 10, even not a queen, just a gold 10, is like an easy decision for me. Maybe in your situation, you said, okay, well, if I make a gold card, I'm not actually going to discard to find the gold card. So I'm not actually going to get the money from the gold card. Maybe strength sets up my hands in the future better. And that's something that I'm going to want eventually anyway, so I better take it now. I agree with that. I do agree with that. That was my logic. I have the money for the celestial pack, so I'm also going to buy that. I don't, so I won't. Ooh, okay. All right. I got a 3 of a kind joker. I forget which one that is, but I can start leading into that. Okay, I'm going to go. All right. These diverging paths. You know what's crazy?
What's that?
My 4 queens are all in the bottom third of my deck.
Oh my god. Well, that sucks.
I've got 1 hand left. With 1 hand left, I have a single queen that I've drawn.
Okay. I'm on the next shop, so you do what you gotta do.
Okay, we live!
Nice. Okay, that's a scary build. Queen. Okay, I'm going into the shop with 47 gold. Considering this is the last shop before the boss, which means the shop's gonna reset, I'm gonna buy the voucher. I think getting 2 tarot cards in the shop is a good deal, or a good thing to get.
Okay, so no matter what, we're taking the voucher.
Well, I don't know what your econ situation's looking like, but I'm doing very well with 47 gold.
Okay. I would take the voucher if I had maybe $25 in the bank. I would go down to 15 to take the voucher. Maybe I wouldn't go lower than that.
Okay.
I think Tarot Merchant in particular is so powerful for being able to create the powerful cards and being able to copy the powerful cards with death and then do the deck building.
Okay, I agree. I'm gonna open the Arcana pack. Actually, I guess I'll re-roll first. Maybe I got a tarot card here. I don't think I need ice cream, and I don't. You have even Steven ice cream in your shop?
I do have Steven ice cream. I'm gonna take the ice cream. So here's the idea.
Okay.
We said Shoot the Moon gives us a lot of mult, but doesn't actually score anything unless we have chips.
Yeah.
And if we do have chips, then everything scores. So I can throw garbage. So here I'm actually gonna sell Gluttonous Joker to take the ice cream, which doubles my chips. So that doubles my score.
Yeah. So I need more malts than I need chips at the moment.
Okay, yeah, because the Chad is foil, and then also it re-triggers, gives you extra chips. So you're good on chips. You're looking for mult, you said.
Yeah. So then the question ends up being, is even Steven worth it here over the riffraff for like $1 probably? Because I'm gonna reroll anyways.
So Steven, if you play a pair of evens, because you can re-trigger Steven with the Chad, that's like plus 16 mult, right, on a pair.
Yeah. No, I think it's.
And that's every pair, every even pair. And you know, maybe even you can play 2 pair.
Yeah, I think it's worth it. Okay, I re-rolled because I have the chaos. I'm gonna buy the Uranus, and then I'm gonna open the Arcana pack. Sorry.
Okay. I get Death, Hierophant, World should be the same for you.
Yeah. Ooh,
Something a little bit awkward. So we said in the first booster pack I didn't draw the queen, so I wasn't able to make the queen into gold.
Yeah.
Here I have the Death card. I can copy my gold 10, but that could have been a gold queen for me to copy. Or, you know, sometimes you open the Arcana pack and then you don't draw the gold card and then you can't copy it with Death. And so there are some times where, through no fault of your own, these kind of like small decisions have this butterfly effect.
Right. No, for sure. I 100%.
Did you draw your gold card?
No, I didn't use it because I used strength instead.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Okay. So now, even though I don't have the gold queen, I still can copy the gold 10. So that's an easy decision for me. Maybe it's different for you.
I'm gonna death the 4 into the 9, so then I have as many 9s as possible. That's what I'm gonna do. I can see.
Wait, you're gonna turn a 4 into a 9?
Yeah, because I'm gonna go.
Wait, didn't you take Steven?
Oh yeah, you're right. I did. I was gonna go for the. Well, I don't know if Steven's gonna be around for that long. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. But I guess
Okay.
I guess you're saying the combination of hanging Chad plus even Steven's worth going for, so I could turn it to a 10, I guess.
The long-term situation, you're probably going to end up on face cards. Like, that's the most likely scenario. It's not 100% guaranteed, but that's the most likely. And so sometimes I will use an early throwaway death to just make more face cards, like 1 at a time face cards. But
Really? Okay.
because you have the Chad, if you use the Hierophant on an even card, then the Chad gives you the extra chips from the bonus card, in addition to the mult from Steven. And maybe that's not like a permanent thing, but anytime you play a flush with that card, or anytime you play a pair with that card, that can help you with short-term survivability against the small blinds. Not that you need the help surviving, but it makes it easier to survive. And if it's easier to survive, then you can greed harder. And, you know, that could give you the edge in the PvP, you know, maybe one time, maybe this time.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay. I'm gonna copy a 5 into a 10 though, based on that logic, to try to beat your life.
You said copy the 5?
No, I'm gonna turn a 5 into a 10. All right. I'm ready to go whenever you are.
My jokers are Clown, Gift Card, Shoot the Moon, Trading Card, and then Ice Cream.
Hanging Chad, certificate, delayed gratification, the clown, and then even Steven.
So here what you could do is you could kind of see what I'm scoring and then decide how hard you want to go. Because one option is you're like, oh, I can see that I'm being completely outclassed here. And then so I just don't use any discards and, you know, don't really play any hands.
Yeah, it's the conversation of like, just take the loss for the econ.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. Like, I could wait to see what you end up doing. Rather, looking at your points or your mult, you might crush me with Shoot the Moon, but we'll see.
My hand is relatively straightforward. So I find the queens and then I play my first hand. And then so now you have information. Can you score anywhere close to 3,000?
Potentially, yes.
Okay, then maybe go for it.
But I'll have to throw some cards away first. So this hand's gonna be bad, but I don't want to discard yet because I don't know how much your next hand's gonna be.
Okay, so that's a throwaway. You're saving your discards, right?
Yeah, because at this point it's like I haven't really gauged how strong I'm gonna be with like even Steven, right? And then if I don't want to use a discard, I'd rather get the money just so I can start rolling down a little bit more for jokers.
Okay, my hand is easy, so I go ahead and play, and then now you can see I score just as much with the second hand.
I'm gonna test something for the waters here and see how this goes.
Okay, so that's one actual hand. You had a throwaway hand, and that's your actual hand.
That's the actual hand.
5,000 points. Okay.
Okay.
You think you could do another one of those, or?
I definitely could if I want to use a discard. The question is.
Okay, so the question is like, is it worth $8 or whatever?
Yeah. So you're gonna do 3,000 again. So you're about. I can maybe. Do I really want to use my money on that? You know what? I'm not gonna accept this loss because I do feel like I actually could beat you.
Okay. Then it's gonna cost you $8 to find out. I played my last hand, so 13,000 is the score to beat. Okay, and that's not that far off.
Okay, hold on. I gotta think if this is gonna be enough points. Hold on. I really don't want to use my discard if I don't want to. If I don't have to. I'll take it.
Sick, dude.
Okay.
All right, so you have the life advantage. That could influence the decision making. Good job.
Thank you. I have $43. I don't know how much you have.
I've got 41.
Okay, I'm buying the paintbrush, I think, no matter what.
Okay.
I think that's like one of the best vouchers I would buy right at the start of a.
If I didn't have the money, I would wait. But if you got $40, then yeah, buy it right away. If you buy the paintbrush first, it makes the Arcana pack better because you draw one extra card, marginally better.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, I'll roll first because I still have the clown, so I'll roll and see what we get.
Okay. So rerolling first gives you more information before you make the decision.
Right. We got Fortune Teller and the Lovers, so I'm probably not buying any one of those. So I am gonna buy the paintbrush, and then I'm gonna open the Arcana pack. Ooh.
If I don't have money for both, if I don't have budget for both, I open the Arcana pack first because it could give me money, could give me Hermit, could give me Temperance. If I have enough money for both, I like to open the standard packs first.
Yeah.
Because I think with the Arcana packs, you have more agency.
Yeah, I agree.
And then so you take the standard pack to get more information. Either way, you get more information, but the Arcana pack, you have more freedom. And then so take the standard pack first.
I open the Arcana pack. I'm gonna death a 3 into a 10. I think that's my strategy here with my current build.
My Arcana also death. Probably I just make another queen.
Oh my god, your build's getting a little spooky over there.
Well, the first death was gold. So I have 2 gold 10s, but now I have my 5th queen, which, you know, that's just one more queen. It's not that spooky.
Yeah, but
I'm not going to take the paintbrush because it would take me below interest.
Jesus, I need to get rid of this certificate. Still haven't got a red cell.
Wait, did you open the standard pack?
I did not.
Oh.
Okay. I did the blind in one go.
Yeah, me too.
I got Riff Raff again and Onyx, which I don't want.
Same. Yeah.
So I will re-roll. Well, sorry, go.
For you, Onyx Agate could be really good. It's more mult than Steven. Also, it's re-triggerable from the Chad.
I was gonna say maybe the problem with it though is like it's getting less consistent as the rounds go on, just because I have certificate, right? I guess I still have the most spades in my deck though. Oh no, it's club. Never mind.
This is a question that we should have asked a long time ago. What have we been getting from the certificate? Why do we still have the certificate?
Well, I was waiting for a red seal, still haven't gone. So, but it's actually not doing like the worst for me, but it also has the 50 chips. That's like the most important thing. So you're saying you're gonna say at this point, like it's not worth having it at this point anymore because it's just making my deck too bloated, right?
I think there is some risk associated.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily the worst thing. You know, if you got like purple seals or gold seals, value generators.
I got 2 gold seals, 2 blue.
So probably I would get rid of the delayed gratification so that you can discard and find those value generators. Probably the blue seal value is going to be worth more than the delayed gratification money.
Sure. So you're saying, just so I can reiterate. So the value from the blue seal is worth more than the delayed gratification. So you'd rather use your discards so you can actually get the planet cards instead, because we don't need the money at this point.
Yeah. Or another thing you could do is, if you know you can one-shot each round, you can play extra hands as discards and then dig.
Okay, I'll sell the delayed gratification and buy the Onyx, but then I'm gonna use my reroll and see what happens. Okay. Ooh, this is an interesting decision though. Do I want I think King of Clubs. I don't know if you open the pack, but King of Clubs with steel, and then it has the gold seal on it.
Oh yeah, steel gold seal. Gold seal and its clubs seems pretty good with the you just got the agate.
Yeah.
Also, it's a king. Maybe that's something that we generically want in the future is kings.
Okay. From the reroll, I also got Smear Joker, which is very good because we just got the Onyx.
Yeah, if you think about it, okay, with the Onyx agate, you can probably play 1 flush and then maybe like 1 2-pair with clubs. But then with Smear Joker, you can make twice as many flushes. So that's twice as many points.
So the question ends up being, is that better or worse than, sorry, is it better than Even Steven, or is it better than the Clown, or is it better than Certificate, right?
I would probably drop Steven.
Steven?
Yeah, since you have the agate.
Because it's the other malt? Okay. No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
You and this clown. You love this clown.
The clown is forever.
He's never leaving.
Also, you're ahead on lives, so you know you got a little play. You got a little.
Yeah, I can worry about econ a little bit, or focus on econ a little bit more. Okay. I opened the Arcana pack as well, and I'm just going through it. Death versus Hangman or Devil. I don't really need the econ. I don't think as much. Just copy the blue seal here.
I would say if you're going to copy the blue seal, then maybe removing 2 cards is better.
For consistency, right? And like Certificate's gonna add more in.
Because you already have 2 blue seals and now 3 gold seals, and so maybe it's better to remove 2 red cards.
I can look at it like that. That's fine. I'm going to the next blind.
All right. I got a moon in my shop.
Yeah, and I got satellite is the other thing.
Okay, satellite seems bad here. I think agree. Maybe not always bad, but maybe 95% of the time bad. Yeah,
it's not great. it's not great. I'm gonna buy the moon because I do have the Onyx.
Makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense for you.
All right, the question. Okay, I'm gonna roll Empress and Flower Pot.
So here's a situation where Empress doesn't mean anything to me because I have Shoot the Moon and I have like high cards held in hand. But Empress is probably very meaningful for you because you have the Chad to retrigger it.
Yeah, okay, but before we go to the Empress, is Flower Pot just not like the absolute nuts with Smeared? Isn't that?
It's pretty good, yeah. It is pretty good.
Is that better than the Clown? I know you like the Clown.
Okay, so the question here is, we sacrifice the value generator for some, I would say, kind of middling high score stuff. ×3 is going to trump most, other kind of X mult right now, or just plus mult right now, but it's not going to outscale like the repeatable X mult, like Photograph and Chat and stuff like that. So it's a tempo play, right?
Yeah. Okay. And I don't necessarily need the tempo play at the moment.
With the Smear Joker, I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
100% of the time that I've tried to like take too many sacrifices to take early lives from my opponent, it has not worked out.
Okay, yeah, I never usually take flower pot. I feel like it limits your build too much, unfortunately. And it's hard to get like the perfect hand. Smeared is like the best case scenario. But yeah, I agree with you on the Empress. Sorry for the kind of the interruption there.
Yeah, I guess a thing to keep in mind is you want to stay like light on your feet. You know, you want to have your jokers be very flexible and interchangeable, and Chad can kind of fit into any build. Onyx Agate pushes you a little bit closer to just doing only clubs, but maybe that's fine. You can still play like 4 of a kind that has 3 clubs in it, and that's fine. But maybe Flower Pot is too narrow. And
yeah, I think Flower Pot's too specific. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. I don't like limiting myself. That's like one of the, unless you got like a really, really good build, it's important to just not focus on that. Did you open the Arcana pack?
I have $43 after the free reroll, so I'm gonna reroll one more time before opening the booster packs.
Okay.
I get offered an egg, which I don't really have room for. Probably I go buffoon pack before Arcana pack.
Okay, I opened the Arcana pack before the buffoon pack. Why'd you do the buffoon pack first?
The same reason I open standard packs before Arcana packs is in a buffoon pack you have less agency. It's just Joker A or Joker B, whereas like in an Arcana pack you get to pick which tarot card am I using and what cards am I using the tarot card on, and I have a lot of choices to make. This buffoon pack has Steven and Faceless Joker. Maybe Faceless Joker doesn't work with what I'm doing, so I'm gonna skip, and then I'll catch up to you in the Arcana pack.
I gotta think.
My Arcana pack has $35 temperance.
Holy, because you got the okay. I have a $15.
Because I still have the gift card, and I'm gonna keep holding it.
Right, I am okay. So between me, it's like the world's like okay, but I would only be converting 2 cards, so I don't think it's ever worth it. So it's like, do I take the temperance for the money right now, or do I hangman to make my deck more consistent?
Right.
That's where I'm at.
Temperance for like, you've got temperance maybe $13.
Yeah, 15.
Okay. $15. I would probably still do the card removal.
Oh, interesting. What's your threshold for temperance at that point?
It's not, it's contextual. It depends on what jokers you have. Usually just remove 2 cards, even over like Hermit for $20. I want to be able to play whatever valuable card I get in the future, whatever red seal I get in the future. I want to be able to draw it every time instead of just some of the time. And so removing cards now makes my deck more light in the future, more flexible in the future.
I get you.
I'm taking $35. I might do a little bit of shopping here. Oh, I rerolled into another temperance. I get another $35.
How much money you got? Holy. All right, well.
And this is why gift card is it's the most fun. I don't know if it's the strongest, but it's the most fun.
I guess I just don't value it enough. You know what I really need to do is I need to go through like a tier list and just see what people value higher, because I feel like that's maybe the hardest thing I have about this game, because I think some jokers are better than others, and that may not be the case. Did you buy the Wheel of Fortune, by the way? I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I had the money. It was basically free, so I spin the wheel and then I buy the temperance.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go.
I guess if you you also get temperance, right? Another temperance in the shop.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So then the wheel's free, basically.
Yeah. In a sense, I'm leaving the shop with 30 gold, and I'm good with that.
I've got $60. I could pay $10 for a reroll.
You do you, man.
I'm not gonna spend $10 on a reroll. I think I'm just gonna go next. All right. You probably have me on score by a wide margin.
Okay. I like to hear that. It's good to hear.
But maybe I have. Maybe. Okay. I've got 5 queens in hand for Shoot the Moon.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
So this is mine. And then you can show me yours.
Hold on one second. I'm just seeing if I want to hold it for a little longer. All right. This is a flush.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense if you've got Chad and Agate.
Yeah.
I gotta throw a few more to keep up.
Okay.
And now my ice cream is melting. I'm using way too many hands. All right, so that's what I can do.
25.
Easy dunk.
Okay.
I'm ahead on money, but you are ahead on lives, and like that's pretty meaningful, right?
How much money you got? Like 3 million?
I got 85.
Okay. Okay. Obviously we see the clearance sale in the shop, so I'm gonna buy that before I do anything else.
Yeah, clearance sale. I get a death card here.
You're good. Yeah, I'm also gonna buy the death card as well. I'm gonna open the buffoon pack and see what's inside. Well, actually, I reroll first.
Reroll's free. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna open the buffoon pack.
Greedy Joker, Supernova, Crafty Joker. Mail
And mail and rebate. Crafty is interesting for me because it's a lot of points. Like I could sell this certificate now and put Crafty in for the time being because I don't know how many more random cards I want in. I still haven't got a red seal.
Okay. Crafty gives you chips. You currently have chips from your foil Chad. Chad also just re-triggering face cards. That's 20 chips on its own from the re-triggers.
Sure, but Crafty is 80, right? Like on its own, which I'm probably playing flushes no matter what. And certificate's only plus 50. So I'm holding certificate for the eluding red seal that's never coming. So
yeah, the elusive red seal.
So like in that case, like I think I'm okay with selling it and getting the Crafty, like because it's arguably better if I play a flush, and that way I'm not just bloating my deck more and more in the hopes that I end up getting this red seal. Now, if I get the red seal, I'm upset. Or if I would have gotten it, that's the problem, right?
If I'm ahead on lives, so like you got 2 lives ahead here, so that means it's gonna take me, your opponent, 6 rounds to catch up, and then so you know even if you fall behind, you have that much runway basically, and then so maybe you have more time with the certificate. Maybe it's fine.
So you're saying like it's not worth getting the chips right now because you're in a safe position and you'd rather hunt for the red seal.
Yeah, I think Crafty Joker, because you already have a source of chips, I think maybe a second source of chips is not important in general. And then because you have the foil certificate specifically, then Crafty's not a huge upgrade over the foil.
Okay. Yeah, I can get. Okay, I'm not gonna get. Mail and rebate was a consideration as well, but
I'm gonna sell the ice cream for the mail and rebate.
That makes sense though. Okay.
And so now I have 4 jokers that give me money, and Shoot the Moon is my only scoring joker.
Okay. Pretty risky.
I have money, so I'm gonna reroll before opening the Arcana pack.
Okay, I open the Arcana pack.
Okay, I got another $30 temperance.
Oh my god.
I'm considering taking a stuntman here. It's -2 hand size, but it does give me a lot of points.
Yeah, and you do want the points right now. You only have malt. Mill of a Clown. Mill of a Clown's really interesting, actually. Yeah, I wish I thought about the Miller rebate more. I guess I'm just gonna do this and just wish I did before. It's fine. Random Joker's not good enough. Lucky cards over. I guess I don't really care about converting this because we have enough discards anyways. So I kind of want the lucky card more. I want to re-roll here. If I do, I can buy the moon and make my deck more consistent. And I still am at the... Okay. All right. I'm done with the shop.
All right, yeah, go ahead, play it out. I'm going to do a little bit more shopping, though.
Okay. I got the red seal. It's fine. The time is now.
You got that? All right, sell the certificate. Get out of here.
Okay, I'll sell next round. Oh, let's go. Finally. Okay, now I want to get as many blues as I can. So we can convert you. You. Amazing. Don't need you.
My God.
You winning?
I got 3 temperances in 4 reroll.
Oh my God. The richest man in Balatro.
Okay. You know, if you didn't already know that, now I am officially the richest.
So that means you're like really far ahead of me in terms of rolling. Okay, I'm obviously buying the temperance. Okay. Oh, I gotta sell a certificate here. Okay, bro. All right, let's imagine a world where you had death. Would you copy the purple seal or a steel card gold seal?
I would copy purples.
Or more, as
because
many tarot
purples
cards.
give you tarot cards, and then you can kind of snowball from there. But if you have a death card that you can hold on to, I would save it until you justice the red seal and then copy it with death.
Okay.
So make the red seal into glass and then hold the death until you get the glass.
Okay. Unfortunately, I already used it. So, but
I mean, that's cool too. Yeah. I mean, like, purple seal is not wrong. Not wrong to do.
I'll remember it. Hearts random joker. Okay, I'm just gonna get another temperance. Okay. Okay, this is gone. We're gonna buy this. I don't mind Hierophant though. Okay. What's your thoughts on To the Moon?
To the Moon.
Is it better than the clown?
I would rather have the free reroll.
Really?
To the Moon. Yeah. When you get the free reroll, it doesn't increase the reroll cost. So it goes 0, and then the next one's 5, 6, 7. And if you normally reroll, it's like 5, 6, 7, 8 for the same number of rerolls. So it's like 0, 5, 6, 7, that's 4 rerolls. Or 5, 6, 7, 8, that's 4 rerolls. And so the amount of discount is equal to whatever the highest reroll cost is. So the more times you reroll, the more value you get from the free one. Does that make sense?
Yes. Now, one caveat to this. What if the To the Moon is holographic?
I did see that, yeah. So, do you know how much mult you're getting right now with your Onyx Agate and your chat?
It's 5 times 7, but plus 2 more times, so 7 times 7. So like 40, what is that, 49?
Okay, so if you take the holographic, it's like plus 20%. So you get less money per round by a couple bucks, but you increase your score by 20%. So maybe that's like worth considering.
They see that's what I like in a multiplayer setting. Again, like if we're competing against one another, right? And I have the chance to close the game out in 2 rounds if I'm thinking about it like pretty aggressively here. So that's why, like in this part, like I think if I'm playing single player and I'm thinking about it, like you're probably right. I think the clowns is better because I don't need those points right now. Or I don't need the econ, right? I'd rather have the clown. But I think in this particular case, I am going to sell the clown.
Okay. I think that makes sense in, like you said, in this particular situation.
Okay. I'm glad you feel that way. I'm really glad.
I'm glad we could,
we could talk about it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
All right. I had a lot of money, so I did a lot of shopping. So probably we're going to see wildly different stuff. So we could just, sync up during the PvP round.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Hold on. I gotta do some shopping. Give me 1 sec.
They always make fun of me because it always seems like I'm shopping, but really what it is you don't look at what your opponent's doing until you get the PvP round, and when you're in PvP, if they're right behind you, then they're in the shop. I feel like I don't spend a lot of time shopping, I just happen to be shopping,
Okay, let me give me a second.
Oh, ooh, that smear joker, you got the arrowhead onyx combination, that's sick.
Okay, you got value. You still have the trading card? Really?
Trading card goes to the end.
Oh my.
Okay, but I got erosion. I should have showed you erosion's on plus 56 right now.
Okay, with the trading card. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's see if we can beat it. This is actually going to be relatively close, I think.
Could be, yeah.
$43,000? Jesus. 65. I think I'm okay with doing this. Okay.
Okay. Insane. Okay.
Hold on. I'm gonna play this hand to try to get the. Actually, this might just do it. Oh, I actually goofed there. I didn't think it was gonna be enough. Yeah, I was hoping that I wanted to get another flush planet card, the Jupiter. I didn't think it was gonna be enough. I also wanted to play one more hand just so I could get hopefully trying the purple seals as well, so I can discard them. I had one more left, but that was just a little bit too much. Okay.
Okay. So I'm on 1 life now. The thing that I have to figure out is like erosion and stuntman is like very strong medium combination, but it's not enough to keep up with your retriggering. And so now I have to figure out how to get like real jokers.
Okay. So you're probably rolling down then.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna buy the voucher as well. It's pretty good. Okay. I'd be curious. I don't know if you got time for this, but I'd be curious to see how well I could do against you without you like with any tips or anything. Just to see.
Yeah, I mean,
where to gauge where
you
I'm
might
at.
actually just win this one straight up.
This one I feel like I'm very strong. So
Yeah,
I could see that. I could see that. But also that's what the combination of like you being here, right? Like
yeah.
Okay, so that means if I saw the blueprint, that means you saw the blueprint, right?
That's true.
That is that
you
is
solved
true.
the puzzle.
Okay.
Assuming that we have comparable money, but it wasn't that deep, right? So maybe it didn't take that much money to get there.
I would agree with that. God, this is stressful.
Yeah, man. On the day, I choked.
I couldn't imagine. Like, it actually is so stressful, right? And it's like playoffs too, so it's even more like, yeah, it's a lot. But the most important thing is you had fun, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Like this, stick with this.
Didn't get the draw I was looking for, but I get to walk away with my money and my life.
Okay. Oh, wait, are you on the PvP round already?
No, just like the first round. I was trying to get the blue seal, but it didn't happen.
Okay. What's your thoughts on baseball card?
I think it's usually like a ×3, which is pretty strong. Medium, I think medium, you know, it's not long term, but in the mid game can be strong.
Okay. No, I'm curious to think if it's better than Arrowhead here.
That's probably not. I guess like something to keep in mind, Arrowhead is only good if you have Smear Joker, and so maybe Arrowhead is taking secretly 2 slots. It's Arrowhead plus Smeared. And so one thing I would do with your situation with your build is figure out, okay, how do I build my deck in a way where I can eventually get rid of Smear Joker and maybe like turn spades into clubs or clubs into spades and then get rid of one of those, and then you would have the opportunity to take like what is it, you said baseball card.
Yeah, so in this case right now though, because of how my deck is stacked, you wouldn't take the baseball card.
Yeah, if you're not ready to drop Smear Joker, maybe you don't take baseball card, but you could also drop To the Moon. If To the Moon is only giving you $5 every round, maybe it's worth it for the baseball card. Is like a ×3.
Yeah,
×4.
Yeah, I get you. To the Moon's already gone, for the record.
Okay.
I sold it for the blueprint.
I think I am going to take the baseball card. I think it fits in what I'm trying to do.
All right, I'm in the last shop. Okay.
We got another 40 on temperance.
Another 40 on temperance. He's insane.
They just keep coming. You're gonna have so much fun watching this back.
I will. I think one of the things I like about doing these videos is going to see your perspective. Because it's interesting to see like what you're doing right now, because obviously I have no idea. We really diverged at some point here, right? I mean, that's just the nature of the game.
That's the nature of the beast, yeah.
What's your thoughts on Seltzer? Just curious to hear.
Seltzer, it's temporary, but it's very strong. Maybe it lasts longer than you might expect. Maybe it lasts like 3 PvP rounds. If you're only playing one hand per round, you can use it for 3 PvP, so maybe that's good enough.
Okay.
I have to take Seltzer because if I don't,
You think you're just losing?
I don't have enough molt and then I lose.
I might take a huge risk here, to be honest with you. I think it like if I would like knowing that you're on the last life, right? I'm tempted to sell this smear joker for the Seltzer, and hope I just finish this before you actually have the time to catch up, because you obviously have more econ, which means you're going through.
I would say I don't know. You don't necessarily know that I have more econ than you.
That's fair. That is fair. That is fair. Knowing what I know, of course, I guess is the way I would say it.
I would say every time I've like made a sacrifice to try to go for the kill, it has not worked out. Like that happened during the finals where I could have just slow played it and continued my build and continued like outpacing my opponent, but I had made some sacrifices to try to go for the kill and then didn't work. What you want to know is like, does my build have a long-term plan? And if I'm ahead on lives, then I can get there. And does my peak look similar or better than my opponent's peak? Because at some point you have your deck is perfected, your jokers are perfected. And so maybe your perfected deck looks better than my perfected deck based on jokers.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. That is fair. Yeah, that's like a maybe more of an experience thing, because like I could have maybe done a couple decisions there.
All right. I have to go for survival.
Okay.
Pressure's on me.
Curious to see what that actually ends up meaning.
I have only 23. I have 32 cards total in my deck.
Holy moly. Okay.
So I get the perfect draw.
So you got like what, one really good hand?
Yeah. Just one. One kind of good hand.
All right, I want to see what your hand does before I decide what I'm gonna do here, I think.
Okay, yeah, you could do that.
Oh, because I can hold on. What are you hitting millions at this point?
Yeah, probably millions.
Oh shit!
Are you not? Are we?
Maybe.
Okay.
It's close.
Okay.
Because I do this, right? Oh, that would be fly. Okay.
All right. Here's the nuclear launch.
Who cares? The nuclear launch. What the happened? Wow. Okay. Okay. Do I think I'm gonna hit 30 million? It's a good question. 30 million, I think, is. I mean, okay. you're God. So the amount of rolls you got were like absolutely absurd. That's what I'm starting to understand here.
Yeah. Joker wise, I didn't really pick up anything insane. I'll send you a picture. You can see I still have the trading card.
Doesn't have anything insane, he says. Okay, he's got
I got the Seltzer that you got, and then that was the decider.
Baseball card, blueprint mime. You don't even have shoot the moon anymore.
So that's just glass cards plus Seltzer, and only 3 glass cards.
I kind of want to just shoot my shot and see how far I get.
Okay. I mean, either way, you need to play all your hands. The round won't end until you play all your hands. So you're losing 4 Seltzer hands here, no matter what.
I didn't actually end up buying the Seltzer. It was the conversation of do I want it over smeared or not? I don't know if I do. Not a single chance. I mean, I'm gonna rip and see what happens.
Seltzer, I think, is one of those that you always take for basically this reason.
Okay. No, I agree. No.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
We should have got that one.
Dang, man.
We'll get him next time.
Yeah.
Oh my god. This is how every PvP battle goes for me. I think I'm doing so good until I see something like that. Oh, okay. It's fine. We can do this.
Yeah, when you watch it back, the biggest benefit that I got from the re-rolling money was tarot cards.
Yeah. So then you kept getting temperances, and then
yeah.
You're allowed
so like
to
I have
more.
Probably more glass cards than you.
Yeah, you have more glass
I'll send
cards.
you a picture of my deck. It's all queens of diamonds now.
Damn, 3 glass. Okay, so I wonder there though, if I had Seltzer, would you have lost? It would have replayed my whole hand, right?
Yeah. So if you imagine, okay, I get twice as many chips, I get twice as much mult, then that's going to be like 4 times your score. So instead of getting 3 million, you get 12 million. So it would be close, despite all the glass card difference.
Says close, looks at numbers, not close.
Well, so the difference between 12 million and 30 million, that's only a ×3 difference. So that's like, that gap is easy to close.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Sure. But now I'm in, okay, so like this actually may be the most, like the biggest learning experience of this entire thing, right? Now I don't have as much econ as you, because I got rid of all my econs in the hopes that I would win the game against you. Which means you could still roll down yet.
So I also got rid of my econ, kind of. I have trading card, which doesn't really give me money. I have mime, gives me a little bit of money.
Yeah, okay. Damn, the glass cards are crazy. Yeah, maybe it'll be okay. I'll buy this. I'll roll one more. All right. Are you getting econ from the loss? Yeah, that's fair. And don't get me wrong, it's not a bad thing, right?
A little bit, yeah. A little bit econ.
I'm not sure how good that actually is, though, in the grand scheme here, but we'll have to figure it out. Okay. Really curious to see what your next points are going to be, though, with Seltzer.
I got the blue seal, so we can only go up from here.
Okay. Wait, how'd you get the blue seal from the trading pack?
I got the blue seal from a standard pack. Early on, I got a standard pack. That gave me a blue seal.
Okay, well, I'll go your son. Someone in my chat wrote, your win con is him losing to the big blind. Your thoughts?
That's a valid win con.
Yeah,
hey, that's valid. I sold the trading card.
My condolences.
I had to do it. Oh, it pains me. The trading card had $13 sell value from the gift card, so my temperances are going to be terrible now.
No, I'm sure you're good. I'm sure you'll be all right.
All right, yeah. If you say I'm good, then I'm probably good.
played that. I need to get more glass cards. At this point, do I even... At what level is the diminishing turns of getting like planet cards? My flush is already at level 19. Like, is it even worth getting more?
At level 19, yeah, it probably doesn't matter that much anymore. I don't think there's like an exact level, but yeah, maybe it's reasonable to assume.
I'm gonna buy it anyways. It's the only thing that I got. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm excited to watch the gameplay back.
One thing that's cool about the mime is the mime gives you points from steel cards, but also gives you a ton of money from gold cards.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I saw the mime. I actually don't know if I've got that far yet. Maybe I did though.
Yeah, maybe there was one ante where I just like went way further than you, deeper. All right, get another chariot. Okay. Get a hermit. Okay.
He's going crazy.
Pass on the polychrome. Okay.
Yeah, while you're doing this, I'm gonna go to the washroom real fast for back.
All right.
You still have the seltzer?
I do have the seltzer.
Good.
Yeah, I've purposely only one hand per round.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. I'm just okay. Let's say I all in again here. Do I have a chance to do this? Yeah, I need to get out of smeared. I need to get out of smeared, but I think it's too cooked.
I only have one hand. So here it is.
Waiting. Pause champ. Waiting. Oh, I'm having the Vietnam flashbacks about going to against Rob. Well,
I've got maybe some good news, maybe some reassuring news. So you wouldn't know this, but I had 3 glass cards and they all broke. And now I have 0 glass cards in the whole deck.
oh my god. I have a chance.
That's what I'm implying.
Oh god. Okay. Well, if you have no glass cards, maybe there's a chance, but I'm sure you'll find more. I believe in you.
All I need is the photograph.
Which one would be good here, though?
Interesting.
Did you get the legendary Joker?
I see that it's offered to me. I'm considering not taking it, actually.
Yeah, I mean, there's a justice right next to it, right?
I think for me and my build, if I didn't just lose all my glass cards, I would take the legendary here. But I think I have to take the glass card or else I lose.
And one of them's banned, right? So it's a 1 out of 4 chance to get the one you want.
Yeah. 1 out of 4 chance you get True Ballet and then you instantly win.
You take those odds. They don't call you big bear for nothing. You're so right, dude.
I've heard them call you that.
You did in the streets?
Yeah, in the streets, man.
Rafa, what do you mean you've never heard of that? Yeah, good thing you didn't take that the legendary Joker.
Whoa, spoilers, whoa.
Oh man, shit. All right. Don't let Rafa lie to you. It's common knowledge. I mean, if Doc's heard of it and Rafa has it, I think it's a still different Rafa, no?
We hang out in different streets.
Exactly. Different streets. I mean, Rafa didn't leave his house all weekend, so I don't blame him. And I don't blame him. But how would he know?
Interessante.
Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Okay.
We may have found it.
We've got the technology.
Maybe, depending on how strong your hand's looking. Okay, so that means he found the photograph. So hold on.
Okay, it's not just you, it's me too. I don't have a red seal, so that does hurt my long-term prospects.
Do I sell the smeared or do I sell the onyx? Is the question. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I can buy that. Ask yourself what Raffle would do. Raffle, what would you do here, just out of curiosity, since you're here?
Photo plus Chad.
You're right.
He would do it.
Just photo plus Chad. What are these hands, man?
Machi.
Okay. This. Raffle. Raffle's backseating me, dude. Can you believe this?
Hey, that's bullying.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's ridiculous. Easy. We always take this. We just take this. Okay. You ready for PvP? Okay, hold on. I'm going. Hold on. Sorry.
Take your time, no problem.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
What happened?
I got an unexpected tarot card. It's got the purple seal. Purple seal gave me the nuts.
No, you're kidding. Not the nuts.
I'm gonna send you to the Shadow Realm.
What? Not the Shadow Realm.
It was a lucky rip. All right, let me demonstrate.
Are you getting your revenge from Raffle, but through me? This is what's happening. Ah! What the? What the fuck? I think that classifies as bullying. I just want to be honest. I think his computer exploded, by the way. Hello? Doc, are you there? Oh, he's there.
I'm here. I'm with you. Do you require assistance?
No. Just seeing if you're alive after what you just did to me. What's your address so I can send the police to your house, by the way? Just how to...
He's hacking. You let's see here. You got the early Chad. I got the early trading card. You did the certificate. We said, okay, let's, as an experiment, try to use the certificate to get the red seal. We did get the red seal, but where does the deck end up? So, like, how many cards are in your deck right now?
53.
53 is maybe not the worst, but it could definitely be better.
Yeah.
Maybe another difference, we had the gift card difference, and then gift card rolling into temperances, rolling into tarot cards. So I think with the red seal and the Chad, maybe your deck has like better long-term potential, but then maybe is like falling behind right here, where maybe my jokers are not as strong, or maybe I don't have the red seal, but I'm able to consistently draw like the good hand because of the trading card value.
Yeah, for sure. No, I don't disagree with that at all. 100% I agree with that.
And the trading card, you didn't have like the option to take it. It was in the buffoon pack, which you didn't get to see because you took the gluttonous joker.
That is correct.
So like you would have if you could have, but you didn't get to see it Because if you got the Chad plus photo, I have photo but no Chad.
Yes.
And so that can be, if you can get the glass online, but then you have to worry about like, can I actually draw the glass? In that last round, I got pretty lucky. There was a death and a fool in the shop, and then my purple seal gave me a third death, and so I was able to make 4 glass cards instantly out of nothing.
Here we go. I have to roll complete. This is like your last life slow, right? Yeah. So this is just a roll down.
I'm on my last. You're on your last. Yeah.
How much money you got?
Let's see here. Going into the last shop, I got maybe $70.
Okay.
There's a Chad in the shop.
No, there's not.
I got the bailout. I got the government bailout.
No. No, my out. All right. I have a chance. There is a chance. Okay, we're so back. Let's get it.
All right, I'm queued up.
Okay, I only have 1 out, so this is the problem with having a big duck, though.
Yeah, while you're working on that, we did have this question earlier about if you have the hangman and you can remove cards or you can take money, like which one you're supposed to favor. And maybe in the first 1 or 2 antes, or maybe in the first 5 rounds, probably you take money just so that you can get off the ground, get the ball rolling, reroll into jokers that themselves generate value. But probably starting in round 5, you always remove cards, even at the cost of you have to pass $20 hermit or $30 temperance. I think card removal is important.
That makes sense. Oh, that makes sense.
Here I'm on 25 cards.
I'm trying to get through my whole deck.
Yeah, usually it's something like 35. Once you get below 35, you get to see all the cards, depending on how many discards and hands you have. All right, here it goes.
All right, what is it? What is it? I'm looking. My fucking God. I mean, maybe. Hold on. This.
Okay.
Okay. Now here's a question for you. Would you rather use a malt card or a lucky card?
I go lucky every time.
Yeah, I agree.
I think if it misses, then you didn't need the 4 mult anyway.
So true. Oh my God, it wasn't even close. You have 4 jokers? What did you play?
Well, I had the Seltzer, so the Seltzer went away on the
Seltzer.
Okay, so we had the Seltzer for 3 PvP rounds. We kept it alive for 9 rounds. I had the Seltzer the whole time.
I wonder if
You should be able to see my deck.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so you got the red seal jack. That's sick. Okay, so you did get there. It's just a matter of like drawing the cards, basically.
No, I drew all 3 glass cards. Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering, so the Seltzers replays your entire hand, right? So I'm wondering if I replayed the entire hand, if I would have caught up with you. Because then the question ends up being like the smear joker was like my Achilles heel, because it took up a joker slot the entire time and it wasn't giving me anything past the point of just making everything a flush.
Okay.
That was maybe the best example of like deck building and like catering your deck towards it because of that fact.
Okay. Yeah. So let's think about this. So what's the lesson? The lesson is if I have Smear Joker, I can use it in the short term to like dunk flushes and score points and maybe even win PvP rounds by being able to easily play flushes. Long term, I want to figure out, okay, how can I pivot out of Smear Joker? Or like what change do I need to make where I can feel safe dropping Smear Joker? So like if I have these red seal glass jacks of spades, which are not clubs, maybe I don't feel comfortable selling my Smear Joker yet. I want to be able to play those with my clubs.
Yeah.
So the deck building that I need to do is either I need to turn all of my clubs into spades or turn all of my spades into clubs.
Yeah.
And
So
then I can drop Smear Joker.
I was also gonna say though, like certificate's interesting because I was holding on for it for a while as well, which is only inflating my deck more and more, right? So it's like that's a weird combination. So like was certificate good? I guess it gave me a lot of value, but the cost of it was later in the game. It was harder to thin my deck down and find exactly what I need. So
yeah. So maybe how many cards did you end up getting from the certificate? Maybe like 7 cards?
7 or so.
Okay, 7 is not that bad. It could be worse. So I guess the thing to think about is like, okay, if I'm getting these random seals for the certificate, what moves am I making to profit from the seals that I get, the specific seals that I get? And so if I get a blue seal, I'm looking for, okay, what is a hand that I can play reliably so that I can keep getting more levels on the same hand? And that's not going to give me enough points to just like win PvP rounds outright if I just get planet cards from the blue seals. But what it does allow me to do is it makes it easier for me to win the small and big blinds. Yeah. And then maybe I can make more, econ decisions. Sell jokers for econ because I have points from blue seals.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say the certificate's necessarily like a horrible thing. Like I agree. I don't know.
I don't think it's automatically run losing. There is some risk, but I don't think it automatically loses for you.
No,
and
I think
on gold stake, I think it's actively beneficial.
Helping you. Yeah, of course.